Father and son.
Father and son.
Father and son, oh father and son,
review it all.
We're on location in a different spot.
Yes.
We had to move for this very special edition of Father and Son. And guess what? We're on opposite sides, too. Usually I'm over there.
We are.
There. That's all right.
There's like two reviews where we've done this.
Is it going to throw everybody off or what?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we've got our special review. We just got back from the IMAX screening of
Aquaman.
Okay, IMAX 3D.
Yes, IMAX 3D. That was cool.
All right, so we're going to talk about the new Aquaman starring Jason Momoa as Arthur Curry, the Aquaman. So we've said nothing. I'm going to let him speak first. So you go right ahead, knock it out.
Well, I overall thought it was a pretty good movie. There are a few small things I had issues with.
Well, first of all, did you liked it?
Yes.
You liked the film?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you like about it?
Well, I thought the character development was good.
Okay.
I thought the overall message was relatively good.
Okay.
The special effects didn't...
Your hand's down.
Oh, yeah. Special effects didn't look too bad in most areas.
Mm-hmm.
The story was good.
Right.
There were just a lot of good things about it.
Okay.
But there were a couple bad things.
What's some of the bad things?
I don't know, I just kind of find it hard to believe that they have this technology and no one found anything about it.
Yeah, well, there was one guy that was squawking
There was
about
one guy.
They gave you the idea that some people know about this stuff. But I kind of got the impression, too, that it was a little overblown, the undersea cities.
Yeah.
There's too much going on. As far as I'm concerned,
that's what I was feeling
for
too.
all of us up here to not know anything's going on down there.
Yeah.
There's too much happening down there. I think, honestly, that I would really love to have seen them. I know this is not a popular opinion. I would have loved to have seen them stick in the Zack Snyder, more grounded in reality type of thing. I know they've gotten away from that because, for many different reasons, which we don't need to go into here, but I liked the more realistic type of version. The Man of Steel, I liked Wonder Woman, I liked Batman v Superman, even though a lot of people didn't. And
then, I just thought about this now, but Atlantis, from what little we've seen of it in Justice League, looks nothing like what we saw here.
Well, and again, they were changing directions, and then they got the director, so I don't know what directive he was being told to follow, James Wan, the director. So yeah, you're right. There's some continuity problems, but you're going to expect that with the change of direction with this film. I don't think it's a good change of direction. I think that DC Warner Brothers should have stayed the course, and they should have continued with Snyder's full vision. Full vision. And I think time will prove that the way they were going would have been the right way.
Yeah.
Because so many people are clamoring for the Snyder cut of Justice League. Even the actors themselves are trying to find this Snyder cut. So anyways, back to this movie. I thought overall it was okay. I didn't think it was great. I think that Jason Momoa, as long as he's still appealing to the ladies' eyes, that he'll be okay because his acting is not that good. Especially in the beginning of the film, I mean, he was he looked like he was mailing it in. He's not an actor. He's eye candy. He's cheese for the girls. He did a great job posing, but there was a few scenes that I thought he acted very natural, and he was, but especially in the beginning, a lot of the acting sucked at the beginning of the movie. Some of the lines were corny beyond belief.
Yeah.
And one thing that I thought was really appalling was the music. The music and the score, to me, were just absolutely atrocious. I would say good 90% of this music was garbage. And it didn't even fit the film. It made it cheesy. And if they had put something a little bit more dramatic or something that had some oomph to it, I think the movie would have been a lot better. I'm not going to totally bag on the movie because I got news for you. I thought the underwater stuff was fantastic.
Yes.
And I liked how they explained, they can just talk underwater. Okay. that saves it. They put a little bit of an effect on the voice, a little. It wasn't so distracting. That was a concern of mine, and I think for this movie, you could just say, okay, they can talk underwater. We'll just leave it at that, and not be too distracting for anybody. I thought they did a fantastic job with them swimming around, floating. I mean, a lot of it really looked great. They were underwater. The creatures, especially the end with the killer whale, it looked like that was a real killer whale. Like they were.
Yes.
I mean, that was really good stuff.
And then the trench dwellers.
Yeah,
the trench dwellers.
They were pretty cool.
They need to do like in at least a short movie
with the trench people thing,
where some submarine ends up in the territory of the trench dwellers, and it's just full horror.
Yeah, well, I thought there was some really good stuff, but there was a lot of story crammed in this movie too.
Yeah,
there was a lot. I don't feel as though I ever got lost, but when they start dealing with all the kingdoms and the names they were throwing out, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, who's this guy? Who's that guy? So. In hindsight, you think about it, it's like, okay, I got it now. But costumes looked great.
Yeah.
I thought they were really cool. Ocean Master, I thought was cool. Orm. Black Manta was great.
Yeah, that was a great character.
The beginning, again, his acting, too. All the acting at the very beginning of the movie was really bad.
Though, let me just point this out. If Black Manta and his father had kept their helmets with them...
They might have survived, yeah.
Well, I mean, he would have still been trapped underwater, but he would have had his helmet with him.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure they could have figured out something. I don't know. Well, whatever. I mean, you can pick the movie apart all you want. You can do that with any movie.
Yeah.
But I think, overall, see, the thing I find interesting is they film these movies out of sequence. They don't film them from beginning to end.
Yeah.
So how they were able to get all the horrible acting and put it in the beginning of the film... As it progressed, all the actors got better. But I was really surprised at how bad... the lines were being delivered, and the dialogue was so cheesy, horrible. And it's like every 5 seconds, they're like, okay, Momoa, strike a heroic pose. And it was like, all right, this is getting a little lame. This was really getting kind of lame.
I like how they had a reason for Black Manta to be more comic accurate, to have the bigger helmet.
Yes, that was cool. I thought he was great. I thought he did a great job. And I know I've seen some reviews where people complaining about they should have saved him for the next movie. Well, they did. I mean, they didn't really live to his full potential. And at the end, the little scene after the credit thing, it's like he says, I want Aquaman. He wants to get him. So they did do that. And actually, what I would have thought would have been cool, is when he was floating on that raft at the end. And he's floating, and they came to pick it. It would have been cool if it was Lex Luthor's ship that picked him up.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been fantastic.
That would have been amazing.
Really put that Legion of Doom together.
Yes.
With Deathstroke and all those guys.
Oh.
But again, DC is trying to appeal to the fans, and I hate to bring these guys in. I don't want to talk about Marvel, but they're trying to bring in the Marvel crowd, and I don't know. They're in it to make money, and I understand that, but I think the quality is getting lost with this stuff. James Wan did a good job with the material, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I think Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Batman v Superman, it was far better quality. Music, scores, everything. Music in this movie just, oh God, it was so embarrassing. And then that rappy garbage in there. It's like, what does this have to do with Aquaman?
There wasn't much of that in there.
It was in there, though.
Yeah.
It was during his scene. I don't understand what it is.
Yeah.
And then, even like the Aquaman theme song had like an African vibe. I'm like, what is this? Why isn't it more of like a, I don't know what an ocean sound would sound like, but why isn't it, you know what I'm saying? It didn't seem to fit.
Also, weird. For every one of those, 15 explosions in the movie, every single one scared me.
Well, it's funny you said it, because the same thing happened with me. I wasn't expecting any of them, which you would think you would.
I was like, Jeebus!
They came
Stop
out,
it with these surprise explosions!
The first explosion, the first time they get attacked, it scared the popcorn out of me.
And the second, and the third, and the fourth.
Yeah, they got me every time with that one. But overall, I think it was good. It was pretty good. I think that, unfortunately, DC is catering to the other crowd.
Yeah.
And they're kind of, I don't know.
They're kind of losing the DC.
They're bending to it. And it's like, the DC stuff had a harder edge. I thought it was more adult material. And I thought it was better material.
Some of the best things are becoming the animated movies.
Yeah, DC does a better job with their animated stuff.
The Killing Joke, that sucked.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But we're talking about Aquaman,
yeah.
So. overall, it was good. I think it was a little overblown. There was a lot of stuff crammed in that didn't need to be. I thought a lot of the ocean underwater battle things, they looked like Star Wars. It didn't look like Aquaman. It was very Star Wars looking, like newer Star Wars films, the Lucas ones where everything was just so much going on you couldn't tell. Would have liked to see them pull back a little bit, not have it so bloated.
Oh, and the creature at the center of the earth?
That thing was cool.
Yeah.
I like that. That was kind of neat. So, overall, I think I would have to see it again. I'd say it was pretty good. It was a good movie. We'll see what happens in the future. I think they could tighten it up. It was 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that they could tighten it up a little bit, lose about 20 minutes of fat out of the film. Definitely work on the music. The music and the lame jokes. They were just.
Hey, Junkie XL.
Momoa just really wasn't delivering the lines. It was just, it wasn't working for me. Again, he can strike a pose. He looks good in the battle scenes, But other than that, he's not.
He did look really cool in his final outfit.
Yeah, when he became Aquaman, like we want to see, that was cool. But even that, I mean, so much of the movie is telegraphed. If you've ever seen a movie, you can probably guess where this whole thing is going. Yeah, you know what's going to happen. To be honest,
I half expected Orm to kill his mother at the end.
Yeah,
when they were just standing in that position.
Sure.
I was expecting him to just grab a dagger out of somewhere tucked into his outfit and just.
Well, he didn't. So.
No, he didn't.
I don't know. We'll see what the future has in store. I think again, it was good. It was pretty good. I think it'll give them. DC some of the box office that they were looking for.
Yeah, but from what I saw, this one isn't even rating all that well either.
Done well. It doesn't matter. The critics don't matter, even though sometimes they can really sabotage a film. The fans get on board with this, and it's over in China. It's done like $300 million. So it's doing gangbusters over there. So you get a few fans that are on board with it, and we'll see what happens. But we're already in the 12-minute mark, and this is one of our longest. So,
all of our movie reviews.
Well, that's it. And look we're frozen.
What?
We just froze again. Aquaman. It's Aquaman or the Ghost or whatever.
Yeah, when we got out of the movie, it was pouring.
So, I don't know. Yeah, it was Aquaman.
Yes.
All right, so for father and son review it all, I want to say that I think Aquaman was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good
some
film.
help, but it was all right. It was okay.
I enjoyed it.
And that's it. I'm Big Chris.
And I'm Little Chris. And have good YouTube.